worst consumer.
What do you mean? Like you're because you don't give into it? Like that makes you a bad consumer?
Because I'm annoyed by it.
Okay,
I know what they're doing, and it frustrates me. Give you an example. Like right now, we have a lot of these, political ads. Tuesday's election day. If you listen to this, it's Wednesday. So Emperor Trump is already taking the throne. I'm kidding. I don't know. We'll see. But like in West Hollywood, Dan, or in the Valley rather, I'm seeing them on, because they have like smart TVs now, so they can like geolocate you. Yeah. And Dan Chang is running for school board. I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah,
he's some Asian math teacher somewhere in the Valley, and I just cannot get away from videos from him. And he might be the right guy to vote for, but fuck him, I'm not voting for him because I hate him. Yeah. I hate that they're pumping it at me. It's like,
I see. So you know what I'm saying? Like, bad consumer because if you were to see his name on a ballot, you're not going to check off Dan Chang
just because I've heard him too much. I immediately assume the fix is in. Think about it, man. Like I've said this about advertising in different aspects. Like anything that is of high quality needs to advertise less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have you seen a cocaine ad in the last 100 years?
I guess I have.
Sales are at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like prostitution, pussy.
Just overhearing a guy in the bathroom talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So one guy in the bathroom talking your ear off.
That's an effective thing. It's just the smell of just the sound of somebody sniffing in the bathroom, pretty much. Exactly. That's effective marketing for coke.
But prostitution, pussy sales, all-time high. I have not seen one ad on TV. You don't have to advertise anything, but if you have to pump yourself that much and have to see every commercial break, there must be something wrong with you.
Well, you know who deserves a raise is because this is effective marketing. That Trump commercial that plays during football games, which is a hilarious like spot for a Trump commercial. But the tagline at the end is Kamala cares about they them, Trump cares about you. That's really
a good tagline.
That's really good.
That's a good tagline. The one I've seen that's like weirdly pro Trump is I think it's the RJC. It's three like 60-plus-year-old women at a cafe talking in a really, really stiff way about like, I just feel safe with Donald Trump. It's like, who talks like that? Also, what three hens are getting together in their 60s? And they bring up like, I saw a post on TikTok. I'm like, bitch, you're fucking 100 years old.
Right, yeah.
What, on your rotary phone you saw?
Yeah.
Like, what? But
old folks communities are all about that shit of three hens sitting around talking all day about shit they saw on social media, watching Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I should go to like an old folks home and do some community service and just play cards with these women so I can fucking rip them off on the card table.
There's entire towns of it.
I thought you were going to say to swing their votes. Either way.
Fuck their vote. I want their money.
Go to Arizona. There's entire cities of just old people.
Yeah. We're in, right? All right, guys. As usual, I just go right into the fucking talking shit. Welcome back to the Race Up Low podcast. Got my man Ben Smith finally. He was back east doing the Block Island Comedy Fest. Is that what you guys
Comedy club. A merch, yeah.
Is that a new club out there?
It's really just a show I run 3 times a year, but I just started making shirts say Block Island Comedy.
All right, so next time I'll invite you before the next one, so I get booked.
Absolutely, so you can get booked on it. Yeah. Now I need nothing from you now.
This is not about our friendship, Ben. This is about what's in it for me.
Yeah.
All right, I support Donald Trump, and I think about myself first. Fuck America first. Randy first.
Randy first. Yeah. Randy first.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Are you? So you came back from Massachusetts. Is it the weird thing about Massachusetts? It's known as a blue state, but it's not really that blue.
It is, yeah.
So like when you get down in the trenches, people are pretty.
Same like New England overall. You venture outside of the cities and it changes pretty quick.
I feel like it's everywhere across the country.
Like I went to UMass Amherst and it was like in the the sticks kind of like you went to Brown, right?
Yeah, I went to Brown. Yeah.
So like it was like a state school in Massachusetts, but it's a lot of like white dudes in flannel saying the N-word and stuff, and just kind of like and it's like a lot of Massachusetts pretty much.
No hard R, just classy.
Yeah.
They wanted to be black. It was envious, not racist.
Yeah. They're the kind of guys with the takes. They're like not all are bad, but all, you know what I mean?
But the ones that stole my car.
Yeah. But then again, those guys had just never met a black dude in their life.
Well, I mean, I've always said that about anything. any otherism. It's like, oh, you know what they're like. It's like, well, anyone who says that has never met the them. You know, like, if you grow up around a diverse group of people or fucking hanging out, with or, I mean, as a black person hanging out with white people, like, yeah, they're fucking normal. Like, like, you know, like it's an ignorant. It's born of ignorance of not knowing. You know, like,
right.
I mean, I've said this 1,000 times. Do you know how much more in common poor white people in West Virginia have with inner city black people than they even know? You know, like,
right.
They're both into drugs. They're both criminals. No. they're both uneducated. You know, they have a lot of similarities that really they ought to center around.
They
hate authority. They hate the police. They don't trust the government. I mean,
such a nice sentiment how it started, but I was like, well, Randy's really turning a corner here. He's
I think so both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. But
we can't get away from it this year, though, man. The election, like, I'm glad it's over when you're listening to this. So then we can go on to.
I mean, we're 48 hours away from.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
We're 48 hours away from arguing whether or not it was a legitimate election.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really
either way. Yeah,
because you know, nobody wins.
Give us
the American
2 months
public
of news. We
What's
have
that?
to have 2 months of news of arguing about. Is
Oh
this
my
right?
God.
Oh yeah, leading into
as
into
much as they
January.
talk shit on every channel but Fox News, every news channel but Fox News about election denialism, they love it. Their fucking revenue goes through the roof. And let's be honest, they don't really care about what the turnout is. They care about what is good for CNN and MSNBC and you know all these other cable news channels' pockets. I mean,
absolutely.
Same with Fox News.
It's great money.
They almost don't want Donald Trump to win so they can air election denialism some more to get their revenues up.
Yeah.
You know, it's a complete farce.
Yeah. But it's gonna happen on either side. I feel like we're gonna have there's just gonna be half the country being sore losers about it.
Yeah, but I do think this is one thing that I totally agree with anyone that's like watching. There is this weird asymmetry that Democrats are held to a certain standard and Republicans are not.
Yeah.
Like their election denialism is patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Democrats saying, "Hey, Russia, meddled the election." It's like you're a sore loser, you're a liar. It's like, how does that work? I mean, think about this: the Republican slogan is "Make America Great Again," and they claim to be patriots, so they're saying America's shit.
Right. Yeah.
And somehow they square that circle. It's like "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
So you're saying it's shit now.
And then it was like,
it's a weird thing to say. Like, if you're patriotic, you would never say the country's shit.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And it's not like when Trump was president, the hats changed to like America's now great. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah, make America better. I mean, that's what they should. That was what they should have said.
Yeah. Or don't settle for less. But yeah,
something.
I mean, it's just gonna be brutal. Like social media and like I have a day job and like just hearing my manager like talk to the whole team and be like, guys, like if you need to like log off early and like just kind of decompress after the election. Yeah.
When did we turn such pussies?
I know. It's just like I don't know. Like I just remember as a kid, like your parents would debate their friends over like Kerry versus Bush, but now it's like now it's just like an incredibly emotional thing that.
Dude,
like,
I'm older than that. I remember when people just didn't fucking talk about it because it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
It was uncouth.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know who anybody voted for.
True.
Literally until the Obama administration.
That was a deeply personal question.
Yeah. No one said I'm voting for so and so publicly. Until about 2012.
But now too, it's like the manager, like people will be like, but remember to vote, but they're like almost like kind of like remember to register, but they're like clearly hinting at who to vote for. It's like a progressive company, you know what I mean? But it's like I don't know. It's like whenever a celebrity posts like something on social media about like remember to register to vote, but
they got that going now. There's 2 commercials going on out there. One with Julia Roberts' voice addressing women, and one with George Clooney's voice addressing men, saying,
"Really?
Yeah, it's like remember your vote's private. You don't have to tell anybody who you voted for." Basically letting people know, like, hey, vote for who you want, but essentially it means vote for Kamala and lie and say you voted for Trump, so no one, no one lynches you in in Louisville, Kentucky, because you're a Democrat or voted for a Democrat.
Yeah,
and that's even weird. It's like fuck off.
Yeah,
this should be the biggest. I remember when Election Day was really not that interesting. Mm-hmm. It was just a big nothing burger.
Yeah,
like nobody cared.
The stickers were a big turning point too.
That's a ridiculous thing. The sticker.
Yeah, the sticker, and then sharing the sticker on social media too became.
That makes you a good person.
It makes a patriot.
It's almost as good as posting the black tile. For police and justice.
Yes, exactly.
It's almost the same thing.
But you couldn't vote in privacy without you have to now share the picture with the sticker.
Well, I always wondered, why don't you get a fucking receipt
Yeah.
You like, look, I go to CVS, I buy a tube of toothpaste, I get a receipt 7 feet long.
Absolutely.
I go to the voting booth, I fucking punch my ticket. How the fuck do I know it's counted? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should get your vote, like some sort of official little document. Your vote has been tabulated.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to say what it is, just
a notary.
Something. Something.
Yeah.
Like, we got your vote, and they just throw it in the trash. Like, where does that go?
Do you vote in California or?
So I voted in California since I've been here. I took a lot of shit for it in 2020.
Yeah.
Because during the pandemic, and we were all on social media. Now I had a little fame growing on social media during the pandemic with my memes.
Yeah.
So I went in the voting booth and I posted a story of me writing my name in for
funny,
president. People are like, how could you do that?
Like you wasted
it's a waste
an
of a
opportunity.
vote. You're not taking it seriously. And I'm like, this is democracy. It's my fucking vote.
Absolutely.
Like, who are you to tell me who I should be voting for?
Yeah.
And frankly, if I'm being honest, I think I could have done a better job than both of them.
And this was in
which
California.
Which is a sad indictment on those candidates.
This was in California.
A drunk, high fucking comedian could have done a better job.
Yeah.
I really thought that.
This was in California. You wrote in your name.
Yeah.
Oh, the notorious swing state of California.
Exactly.
Where you diluted the.
Like I was in Pennsylvania in a swing county. Fucking Biden got one less of the 17 trillion votes he got here.
Yep. Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Mike? Oh, he's blabbing.
I lived in Austin, Texas for like 3 years, so I'm still registered to vote there because that way I can keep voting for Ted Cruz. But that's how I speak to power.
What's funny about that is that's actually the smart move because he is a lot to make fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like selfishly, and he's pretty feckless. He doesn't get a lot done.
No,
there's not a lot of legislation.
I'm kidding, but like I had friends there that like their parents were like the guys that are like, I like the cut of that guy's jib. Like I really like. You imagine me?
His own daughters don't like him. Have you seen the video?
Charmed by? Oh, I have. Yeah, where he like brings them in for a hug.
He wants to give him a kiss. And they pull away. Like, ugh, Dad.
Yeah. I couldn't see it. Like, there's just no charm in that guy at all.
That's what always mystifies me is when like I can see how Donald Trump's obviously like a sideshow.
Yeah.
But I can see how he has a charisma that people like. He's funny and interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz is neither funny nor interesting nor good looking nor smart.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got nothing.
Nothing.
Like how?
Yeah.
Say what you want about AOC. You might hate her guts, but at least she's hot.
Absolutely.
Ted Cruz has none of these things.
But he's charming like blue collar Texans. You know what I mean? Like they
so
love
weird.
him. Yeah.
He wears those cowboy boots to look cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like George Bush Jr. used to do, which actually made George Bush Jr. look cool. He looks like a fucking jerk off. Though.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, in hindsight, he was like George Bush was just a fun guy to be around.
Oh my God. Democrats talk about George Bush like Abe Lincoln now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they do.
They quickly forgot. Like after Donald Trump, like, oh my God, where's George Bush when you need him? You know. We'd much rather that guy.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, that guy was normal.
That was an actual guy you'd have a beer with, and a bump. He
loved the bumps.
He absolutely did.
He smelled a lot of keys in the 70s.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you, like he and Michelle Obama are like actual friends.
Yeah.
How many videos you've seen them like goofing around at fucking at events?
Yeah. Like a peaceful transition. They all got along and everything. It was just like whatever.
You know what he does now? He paints watercolor.
I know he does.
And he stays completely out of politics.
Yeah.
I mean that. Say what you want about the Clintons and the Obamas and Trump. George Bush, when he left office, he didn't do any of these fucking Goldman Sachs $1 million speaking engagements. He just went home to his ranch in Texas
and did watercolors.
And broke out the watercolors.
Yeah. I think he did like
his best Bob Ross impression.
Yeah, I think he made like a one-off children's book or something, but that's about it, dude. Like,
one he read during 9/11,
the like upside down one. Yeah.
He repainted. What was I thinking when they told me America was under attack and I froze?
God, yeah.
Dude, you know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
Because I think to vote early, but I always forget because I don't give a shit. I'm like, I'll go down there. Because I said California, what's the big deal? But I do like voting on the referendums. Because anytime, once again, it's like they say, Bill Maher said this. They say, if you're thinking of voting no to vote yes, then vote no. Like that's how they write these referendums, so confusing. So I like to parse through them and like, all right, wait a minute, what's coming out of this? Because that's how I got, the last time I voted in Massachusetts was when they legalized weed. I was fucking first day at the polls there.
That mobilized you to the
because it affects my life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, fuck about the president. Yeah. But I was thinking, maybe I should write in Donald Trump for mayor of West. You live in West Hollywood.
I live in West Hollywood.
For mayor of West Hollywood. So do I live in West Hollywood. So instead of voting for president, I want to write him in for mayor and I want to. We only have 48 hours left here, but I want to see if I can mobilize the Trumps faithful enough to vote for him for president and for mayor of West Hollywood.
Yeah.
So if he loses president, he
He
gets
would
to
at
be the
least
mayor
retain
of
West Hollywood,
because
yeah.
how much fun
That'd be great.
would it be for Donald Trump to
Yeah.
be the mayor of the biggest gay community in the
I
country?
mean, you look at the ballot for West Hollywood, and it's like has like the city council.
Ben
like,
Savage ran last year or 2 years ago. Remember that?
I do remember that, but it's like they had the candidates listed by like their drag queen names, pretty much, like on the ballot. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's like Casanova Champagne and whatever.
Yeah.
Like listed
They don't even have a political party next time. They just have their pronouns.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you vote. For him, must be Republican. I'm voting for the they them as a good liberal.
Yeah, multiple votes for they them. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever happened to the other genders? They just for a while there was like the Zer.
Yeah.
But they just jettisoned that and said, all right, let's go they them.
I think it's just the third option now, the they them. I think that's it. But
Yeah, I'm a registered they them.
But it almost became fodder for like super right wing people. Like there's 72 gender. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I hate, and it's like a stand up joke that I hate when like either like a fat comic goes up there and is like, I identify as fast food. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? With like my pronouns are I eat. You know, that's not even a pronoun, so you can't call it that.
We've heard a lot of those jokes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you one off air that it's so outrageous that I can.
Yeah.
I mean, even on this podcast, and I've said some fucking awful things. I was like, I don't know if I can say that, but there was an open mic comic who got his like first like emceeing gig at a club in just outside of Seattle of all places. So the liberal mecca.
Yeah.
And his scrawny little mousy guy, and he got on stage and started that thing. It's like, before I start the set, I want you to know my pronouns. And when I tell you the pronouns off air, I mean, you guys could guess. There was an N word.
No way.
There was an F word with a hard T at the end. And
that's wild.
And it was one of those jokes that all the comics in the back of the room died laughing. And he never got booked at the club again.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because, not for like a real Friday night, show.
Yeah.
Because they're like, holy fuck.
I mean, as a character, that's like hilarious, just in terms of how unfunny that is. But it's like,
I mean, the balls of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, speaking of balls, not that I want to address this that much. But what do you think of everyone making so much hay about Tony Hinchcliffe's set at the Garden?
I don't know. Like, I feel a little weird about it being like within the campaign setting, because like in terms of the audience that was on the receiving end of it, like they were. I don't know. I feel like we as comics, we can obviously defend like comedy clubs being like a space for us to just do whatever, try whatever, and like we're just joking. But then when you like the setting of it at a campaign rally is kind of odd. I don't know.
I agree there.
I don't like not that he wouldn't know who I am, but I don't like him as a person. But like he's kind of an annoying
that's
he needs to be shoved into a locker as a guy. But like
what's funny about that? A friend of mine and fellow comic Chad Denick posted the other day a tweet about that. And let me actually find it and read it. Give Chad Denick a shout out. And look, this might not help my career, but I don't give a fuck. Neither is Tony.
You're not moving Austin for your 1 minute of fame. Yeah.
No. But Chad Denick tweeted this. He said, "My feed is flooded with stories about Tony Hinchcliffe being a really great guy. Just kidding. I've never heard a single positive thing about him."
That's very funny.
And I texted him back. I said, "You know what, man? The ironic part about that is that's totally true.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people who've interacted with me have had, he could be. I heard he could be a difficult guy, to say the least. But I agree with you. It's not the setting for it.
Yeah.
It's totally what he would do.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like a Don Rickles insult comic. He's
right.
a roast comic.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course,
I guess I'm also annoyed with the narrative that people being like, Hinchcliffe just cost Trump the election. I'm like, no. Hinchcliffe didn't.
Donald Trump would have said that, and no one would have said anything.
Yeah.
The fact that Tony Hinchcliffe, a relative nobody compared to Donald Trump, said it. If Donald Trump said that, no one would think the wiser.
Yeah, but it's like the media cycle, like we're all gonna forget about it within. I mean, I know the election's Tuesday night, but like.
It's the last meme wins.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
This is really
the
social media election of our time. Last meme wins. I mean, fucking Elon Musk is out there paying $1 million for people to register.
It's so creepy, Elon. Such a weirdo, just out
it is.
there.
It is
He's
weird.
turned into a dork celebrity.
He really has. Yeah.
Dude, if you watch him, he gives you like listen, I'm like a woman when I watch him. It gives you the ick. It's like, bro, you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like up there, like flailing his arms, like Tom Cruise jumping on the fucking sofa at Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. Midriff showing, just like
it's like do what real billionaires do and bribe people behind the scenes. You know, like how much did Bill Gates give to the Kamala fucking campaign? It's like $75 million. That like quietly came out last week. No one knew. Just do whatever you want. Do
like the Koch brothers. I
was talking about George Soros controlling the Democrats.
Yeah,
fucking Elon, do what George Soros does. Apparently he's really effective. You know, like if you talk to Republicans, he's an evil genius. Go fucking take a page of his playbook and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, like
it is funny too. I've been thinking about Elon a lot. How like now with him showing up at these rallies as a big supporter of Trump, that like the left's supposed to hate him, but he's also the like biggest proponent or the guy behind all these electric cars that we're supposed to be, you know, in favor of too. So it's like an interesting dichotomy where Well, that was one I immediately fucking jumped on, is bullshit, the electric car. It's like, oh, it's safe for the environment. I'm like, all right, first of all, something like 70% of electricity in this country is generated by coal. So instead of putting gasoline in your electric car, you're essentially putting fucking coal in your electric car, which is worse. And those batteries.
And what are we gonna do with all those fucking batteries?
I don't know.
You're not even supposed to throw out AA batteries in the trash.
I know.
What the fuck are you gonna do with a 2,000-pound car battery? Where's that gonna go in 10 years when it's no longer useful?
Exactly.
Like what's the actual carbon footprint of that fucking thing?
I don't know where do we put them? You know what I mean?
It's gonna be like in the desert. It's gonna be like those airplane graveyards. Just Teslas lined up for miles and miles when they're fucking out of battery. You know, and you better hope those fucking car batteries are better than your Apple battery.
Absolutely.
Because that thing lasts fucking 2.5 years before they give you a software upgrade and fuck you out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's only a matter of time. But
the upgrades on those batteries, and we'll kill those cars.
And
it's Elon in charge of it all too. So you have to trust him to not be diabolical. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I think people were, you know, I will say one thing he is diabolical about is people were shitting on him buying Twitter, like, oh, it's a money loser. I'm like, yeah, it's a money loser, but he can afford to lose the money. But it's really just, he obviously is just, that's actually probably the thing he has in common with Trump the most, his love of self.
I
mean, dude, I don't even follow that cocksucker on Twitter, and I only use Twitter to make my stupid memes and terrorize people on it. He's in my For You feed.
Oh,
all the
yeah,
time.
I don't follow him
I thought we were
either.
best
He's
friends
all
and we
over.
followed each other as often as he pumps himself into my feed. Like I have no political interest on Twitter. I don't care. I'm literally looking for other comics to respond to or other
fodder for
meme makers and tits. You know, because Twitter's the one social media site where you can see tits.
You
know, like, so.
How close are we to like a Randy Valerio AI generator that you can create on your own for like identify,
dude,
like sifting through content and then
I heard you can do that. I heard you can like punch in like, write me a joke in the style of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm famous enough yet. But there is enough of my Twitter responses on there.
There are
that it could.
You could probably code or program your own AI thing, and then
if I put in all my Twitter responses,
you'd have to copy and paste all of your stuff.
Oh, that'd make my life so easy.
Exactly. And
I don't have to read anything.
And then you just have to sync to another program. It spits out a tweet every like however often you post, and then you're good to go.
Just constant butthole jokes.
Yeah. Just identify like, I don't know, eating ass and whatever you're inspired by. You know what I mean?
I get a lot of shit for the eating ass jokes, but those are the ones that just go viral. I have just like women will be like, oh, you're so misogynist. I trash myself, who is a man. I trash men constantly, but the ones that pique your interest are the ones that get in your fucking kitchen. So like for whatever reason, me dunking on women and me joking about eating ass are the ones that go viral, and that says more about you because you guys influence the algorithm, not me. It's not like a lot of them they just go out to the ether and they do okay, but the ones that like get reposted on meme accounts are the ones that go.
I've had two things on TikTok go viral, and then I like kind of stopped posting. But one of them, like, it was just like a joke about like the 15 minutes in between the COVID and the recession that we got to enjoy, which like I remember like because post COVID, then there was like talks of a recession. But the reason that one viral is because people just started arguing in the comment section for either side, because people would be like, oh, you think COVID's over? Like that was a big take. And then the other one was like, oh, like you think this recession's gonna be hard? Like try whatever. And it's like that whatever stirs up, whatever wrestles their jimmies,
Yeah, exactly. Whatever gets the engagement.
Yeah.
So I had two in the last 3 or 6 months, I had two Reels memes that I posted get over 20 million views and like over 750,000, like fucking big number, even for me, huge numbers. Like just caught a wave. One of them was a black kid swearing at his teacher when she said "Good morning, class," and the other one was a video from the '80s when they finally made drunk driving illegal.
Yeah.
And people are like,
I've seen that video. It's fantastic. Yeah.
But the reason they went viral is because same thing. Everyone went in the comments and turned it into a political thing.
Yeah.
Like that. The one about the drunk driver is like, oh, this is these are MAGA voters and they're fighting back, and because Twitter or Instagram doesn't care what they're saying in the comments.
Yeah.
Because how many comments there are.
Absolutely.
So you got 12,000 comments. We gotta pump this one up.
Or it knowing like people just sending this to other people,
yes.
and then talking shit about it in DMs and stuff. That's super effective.
Yeah, exactly. And the one with the black kid, that one got real racist real quick. I was like, oh no, like,
took a turn.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. It's like, you know how black people? I'm like, oh no. I can't undo all the comments, but I also don't want to look. I'll be honest. I don't want to block the comments.
No, you just let it run.
So I just let it run until finally, I guess the algorithm caught the racism in the text and like literally just shut it down. So it was just fucking a rocket ship up, and then one day just over, flatline.
Just crash the party, huh? Yeah. The algorithm just freaking.
Yeah, you can't have a little. If you can't have a little racism on social media, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. They it's like a parent coming into the sleepover and telling people to, stop saying the N-word, I guess. Telling the kids to stop, That's hilarious. Yeah.
So when'd you move out here, dude?
I've been out here 2 years. Moved here from Austin, Texas.
So you were one of the first.
I just zigged while everybody zagged. Everybody was moving to Austin. I moved out here.
No, it's smart.
Not really. No, I moved. I moved out here.
I think so. I mean, everyone thought like, oh, Joe Rogan moved to Austin. Dude, I know fucking open micers from Boston. Like, I'm gonna move to Austin.
I know who.
I'm like, dude, he's not gonna see you and be like, hey, guess what? You're now Joey Diaz. That's never gonna happen.
It worked for a handful of people that moved there at the right time when there was a gold rush.
No, I feel like it worked for people who were already there. Like Tony Casillas,
but
he was already there. Like guys who were already in Texas.
He was a guy that moved there,
but he was already in Dallas.
He was
like a feature act around.
Yeah. That very smart.
Yeah, he was he was already past the clubs. Like if you weren't past the club, you're not gonna show up.
That was a very sensible move there. And then like any guy that like got there early and became like a door guy at the mothership, which like a lot of my buddies are. Like those guys are crushing it right now, just living like rock stars out there. But like now I've heard it's like a real scene where you move there and just back of the line, buddy. Bottom of the totem pole. So
yeah. Did you ever do the mothership?
I just got a tour from one of my buddies. It's beautiful. I'm very envious of the life that they have there. But
I did the mothership.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
The little boy or the the little room or the big room.
Whatever their version of potluck is.
Oh, okay. I think it's
which also isn't like oh, you pick your name out of a hat. It's like somebody vouched for me and like give you a spot. And it's obviously a fun show. The way they treat you if you're not a paid regular there. I mean, it's like the Gestapo.
Oh,
dude,
really?
I mean, they line me up like it was fucking elementary school.
I have heard that.
They take you groups to the bathroom because you're not allowed to like move around on your own. I'm like, like this is.
I have heard that where they
bullshit.
they're like right after your spot at the mic or whatever, they usher you out or whatever.
They treat you like shit. It's like comic friendly. Yeah, to Joe and his friends.
Yeah.
Which I get. It's his club. But don't say it's like so it's not like the store where there's an actual hang.
Yeah.
Or the improv where
where
they're like, if you're a comic, they'll let you go to the bar without having to fucking hard time at the door.
And then Mitzi's is just like I guess like an actual clubhouse.
They hold you in there like I mean it's literally like before you go into the gas chamber. I mean, I thought it was just. I mean, for a group of people, comedians don't like order.
Right.
To put you in line and have you like wait around, it was just weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I get the reputation of this club, if you're fucking Bill Burr, but for your average comic, I mean, they really fucking it's really demeaning. It's like it's like, hey man, I'm just fucking trying to do an open mic spot.
Right.
Like,
I have heard
me
that.
For this shit.
Yeah.
Like just put us in this room and when it's. Put the list up like anybody else. And you can't even buy liquor while you're waiting. Like I wanted to buy a beer and there's nobody there to sell it. Like they just put you in a holding pen like it's prison.
Yep.
It's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I'm sure they do the same thing for Kill Tony if you're like your name's in the bucket. But I don't know. It was like I was there prior to COVID, so I saw like this whole like pre-COVID, post-COVID kind of change, which was like fascinating to watch.
Evolution of it,
which was like refreshing. Like I always use the analogy like when I had moved there, like there was like kind of like this old guard of comics that like kind of held on to their spots and held on like kind of gate kept a little bit or whatever. And then once COVID happened and like other people and Joe Rogan moved there, it's just like totally up. It was like a Molotov cocktail to the scene and just upset everything altogether. So that was refreshing to see.
But I mean, I'll tell you, I'm for my misgivings about the way the mothership like was weird with non-established comics. The scene in general is actually pretty cool because it's all in that one strip, and it's like the exact opposite. Like here's the mothership, and then here's the Creek in the Cave, which is an insane asylum.
Oh my god, absolutely!
I mean, that is
where the inmates run the asylum.
It is a free for all.
It is a freak show,
which is really fun. Yeah. And you have everything in between on the way. Like literally, there's like the most extreme like orderly place, and then this place at the end of the block.
Yes,
and as you go down the street, it gets more and more, disheveled,
and venturing into
and degenerate.
Yeah.
So it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
You have everything in between.
I know. You go into the patio. There's like triads gambling in the back of the fucking
gang
members.
Someone rolling up joints with fucking fentanyl in them. Like what is going on here?
Exactly. Yeah. It's chaos. But
so you moved when?
I moved, I guess 2 years ago. Yeah,
okay.
2.5 years ago.
All right, so you came after when LA.
I got tired of all the stage time in Austin. I said, let's
when
start
LA
over.
opened back up.
Yeah. Let's go to
2024 when LA opened back up.
I said LA needed another white dude, named Ben Smith to pay for open mics in LA. So I got tired of doing free mics. Is what I got tired of doing.
That is the worst part about LA.
It sucks.
The open mics, like you can't try out new material on an open mic because it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
Like
it ebbs and flows. Like there's some weeks where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna freaking go to some of these like pay to play mics and like treat it like the gym and really grind. And then after a couple of days of that, I'm like, dude, this is just not.
You're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
so when did you start in Boston? Were you starting in Boston or were you a Rhode Island guy?
I started in Providence, but I would drive up to Boston like.
I thought so because I thought
that's where I met
down
you.
There with Joe or something.
With John Tilson, I think.
John Tilson. Shout out John Tilson.
Shout out John Tilson.
I gotta get him on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Started in Providence, would go up to Boston like once a week with him and Alan Moreau and Alan. Yep, he's coming out here in January. But you should have him on. But I started like 7 or 8 years ago in Rhode Island.
Oh, same.
Yeah. Which was I mean, you can attest to this, but like I definitely miss the coziness of like a smaller scene a bit. Like the lazy comic in me misses New England, where I had like VFW shows, fundraiser shows, different clubs that I was past at.
Dude, open mics, which are just bar shows that you like surprise comedy on a bunch of bar goers.
And if you can
you
win
didn't
that,
have to pay for it. You just had to wait your turn.
Exactly.
I mean, like literally, I'll have 2 beers and I'll sit here for 90 minutes, and at least for my $8, I can get.
And you had
beers.
a fighting chance at maybe winning over like a drunk patron there of listening.
Now you have to sit in front of 10 comics who all paid to be there.
Yeah.
Who are all looking at their notebooks. To like try a new joke. What the fuck, dude? I mean, from when I first started, you could do 2 to 3 open mics a night.
Yeah.
And then there were enough bar shows that actually paid the McGreevy's or the Burn to do those.
You're running
do
around.
2 or 3 a night.
Yeah.
If you do 2 shows in LA, you are a fucking hero.
That is a rock star.
Yeah.
If you can pull that off.
Exactly. I got a show in Venice, and then I got one in fucking one in Pasadena. It's like, all right, good luck making that show, asshole.
Right.
Be in the car for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Even though it's 6 miles away.
Right. And then you're on like a lineup with like people with actual credits, and you're asking to go at a certain point in the
they
lineup
don't care.
and stuff. Yeah.
Like, I got to run to. We don't care.
Yeah. And also, everybody in this town wants to
Jeremy
go.
Piven has to run his 5.
Exactly. Everybody in this town, and I get why they all want to go early because the shows are pretty long here, and like the crowd gets a little spacey at the end.
It's the opposite. I feel like back east you want to go later.
Oh yeah.
Like taking bullet
really
is what they call taking the first spot is like a problem back east.
It's like, nobody wants to do it.
The earlier I go, the sooner I can get out of here. But also like the more likely people are to pay attention.
And when I go to a show, I'm like, hell yeah, there's people that will like if I go up earlier, like they haven't left yet. Like it's LA, people have like other things to do.
Yeah, they show up late and leave early.
Yeah.
They're real fair weather fans.
Yeah.
We just came here to see the guy from Mr. Beast is doing a set, so we just came here to see his bullshit.
We're here to see the.
I heard Jake Paul's going to do 5 minutes. I want to see him.
The Costco guy's doing the boom. So we're gonna double strong chocolate cookie. Yeah. So I'm waiting for there's no boom endorsement for Trump or Kamala.
Yeah.
I don't know the Costco guys. The Costco guys at all?
Who are the
Oh my God, Randy! No. You don't know the Costco guys?
It's like the content machine.
No, it's these. Do you know the Costco guys at all?
Just the family.
They're awful. They're so bad.
The Verzi triplets. I know those guys. I know, those are buddies of mine. I love those guys.
It's these awful father and son from Florida that go to Costco, and they rate the chicken bake and the chocolate cookie every time. They just rank it.
Oh, just like the handout?
Like, you can buy food there, and so I feel like I'm getting dumber explaining it, but they have it's like almost like one bite everyone knows the rules, but they give it either a boom or a doom, and boom is good, doom is bad. I'll send you their stuff after. It's really it's truly awful, but I think the whole internet is like ironically watching them. They're friends with the Rizzler. Do you know the Rizzler at all?
Yeah, well, it's kind of so they took the concept of one bite from
Portnoy, yeah.
Dave Portnoy,
yeah.
AJ and Big Justice.
AJ and Big Justice, yeah.
Big Justice.
The Costco guys, and these guys are like, I mean, this poor kid. He's just like his dad is trying to put him in front of the camera to rate a chicken bake at Costco, but I'm waiting for them to give you either Trump or Kamala the boom or doom. That's a big like the Hawk Tuah girl issue. Who's she endorsing?
Dude, she has the second largest podcast behind Joe Rogan now.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Ain't no reason for them to endorse anyone and divide their fan base in
No,
half.
nope. That's
why split my
cowards.
fans?
Cowards.
Yeah, of course.
I want to see her the Hawk Tuah girl.
Republicans buy Nikes too.
Yeah, exactly. Like Michael Jordan said.
Republicans buy Nikes too.
That's what Michael Jordan said years ago.
I know.
But I mean, this is what the LA Times, the Washington Post. They're all not rating anybody now because they're all afraid of losing fucking revenue. Yeah. And it's curious to me because it's one thing to do that in America, but when you have, and this troubled me years ago when it first broke, when LeBron James is like, oh, we don't support Taiwan because I'm going to lose this NBA money. It's like, bro, you're an American. Come on.
Yeah.
You're already worth how many billions?
Yeah.
You need the extra 200 million to suck China's balls.
Yeah.
That's a little fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to like I said to keep the shit in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you're siding with the other side. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Especially LeBron James. Is he ever going to fucking China? No. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't know fuck all.
Yeah.
I read this recently, and
his son will go there to play in the league probably eventually. In the Chinese basketball
league.
That's
one that depresses me because sports used to be the last true meritocracy in the world. They didn't care who you were from, where you are, where you're from, as long as you're good enough to make the best players make the team. Now we're just signing him to keep LeBron happy.
They
put him on the court. I mean, he's obviously a liability.
Yeah.
But they put him on the court so they can say a father-son played together. It's how much you have to wash LeBron's
They have the Griffey's
nuts?
front row to watch LeBron and Bronny play together. Somebody had a great quote that you could clearly make a sound argument that LeBron is the best player of all time, right, in the NBA. You could,
the argument's been made.
Exactly, of course. You could also
falsely, but the argument
you could also argue that Bronny is the worst player to play a minute in the NBA ever. So you have the best and the worst ever.
Yeah. But that goes. I mean, as much as I disagree with it, it also goes to show you how good LeBron James is.
Yeah.
That a team is willing to waste a roster spot.
Oh yeah.
On his son.
Yeah.
Just because he's that good. LeBron's worth two players. LeBron's worth two players.
At least Giannis's brother is, I guess, better than Bronny. But yeah,
that's not. I mean, 3 weeks worth of practice, I'm better than Bronny. Right. It's really damning with faint praise there, Ben. He's so fucking terrible.
I know. Yeah, he did make a shot the other day. Like I said, make a shot. That's not like a.
Is that his first field goal?
It was. Yeah.
So he has one field goal in how many games?
In 5 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds. So back when I was 11 years old, I was big into collecting basketball cards.
Uh-huh.
And one of my personal favorite cards was the worst card in the Upper Deck series that year. It was of JoJo English.
Okay.
Who was literally the backup shooting guard to Michael Jordan. And unlike today's players, Michael Jordan played all 48 fucking minutes, all 82 games. There was no rest for the best guy.
Right. He played back-to-backs to back.
So he started. So he literally played in 2 games, had 1 point, and averaged half a point a game.
Yeah.
But they had a card for
Love
him.
that.
No players had a worse stat line. On a playing card. And that's LeBron. That's Bronny James.
There will be a Bronny card.
Yeah, it'll be worth a lot because his father's LeBron James. Not because he's any good.
Yeah. And the poor kid's name is LeBron too, but
I know Bronny.
Yeah,
how's he so much shorter than his dad? What is
he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, but did LeBron fuck a midget or something?
Yeah, his wife is short. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, is that his wife's kid or is that some other?
No, that's his wife's kid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They, like LeBron and his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's never gotten caught up in that scandal. I mean, I'm sure he's cheating on his wife.
I think he's so tapped that he just isn't even like focused on women or anything like beyond
You think
basketball.
so?
I really truly believe that.
He's kind of like A-Rod, just asexual during the season.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just is he gay or not?
I think
was a rumor floating around.
Yeah.
That was that whole Ricky Martin era when he was on his way up.
There were, I mean, do you remember A-Rod had like a photo in Sports Illustrated or something of him like kissing a mirror, and that didn't
Yes.
help?
Yes. That was after the season where he slapped the ball out of the first baseman's hand.
Yeah.
With that little fucking limp wrist.
Yeah. With Bronson Arroyo with like somebody was stealing his purse kind of thing.
Could you like if you were like taking headshots for comedy and like, all right, now go up to that mirror and kiss it. What the fuck? Yeah. But he agreed to it.
He did.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really. You know,
that'd be great. The next time
kiss
there's like
yourself in the mirror.
A show at the Improv and there's Randy Valerio and it's just like a picture of you kissing yourself. That'd be great.
That should be my new headshot.
That should be your new headshot. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. And it would match. You know, the polar opposite stylings of your comedy would be great with you kissing yourself. That'd be good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, we're coming up on an hour here. Let's get into a little news. Like I told you before we started the show, he's like, "So what's the format here? Just whatever the fuck we want." I'm like, pretty much, you know, whatever I'm in the mood for.
Just get on Randy's train and ride. Exactly.
But then I like to do the news because, you know, it is election week, you know, and next week on Tuesday, when you guys hear this, like I said, we probably won't have a victor declared on Wednesday by the time you hear this.
Right.
You know, sometime before January 5th, we'll have one declared.
Yeah,
and then January 6th, it'll change. So So there's 2 election days now.
By the time this post, we'll be discussing fraud on either end and debating whether or not. Exactly.
So I decided to pick, you know, much more human interest, down to earth, Joe the Plumber type story. Stuff that affects us day to day.
Sure.
So the first one here goes.
I just sent you a good A-Rod picture too, by the way.
You did? I love it. Let's see. Oh my God. Can you listen, Georgie, put this in the clip. I mean, look at this. I think it's him with the cast of Jersey Shore shirtless.
That's hilarious. That's so
it's him
funny.
With the male cast of Jersey Shore.
I don't even recognize any other players. Jeter's there.
No, it's Menudo. It's A-Rod with Menudo, the band, the Latin boy band from the 80s.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Shirts off.
The single chain.
Nuts to butts.
That's so good.
It's so gay. Who's the black guy in the back?
I think it's Renteria.
Okay, I was like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the serious news here. Man rushed to the hospital after stuffing 15 hard-boiled eggs up his ass. The hard-hitting stuff here, folks. A Dutch man was hospitalized after inserting 15 hard-boiled eggs into his rectum while under the influence of drugs. The bizarre incident led to severe abdominal pain, prompting emergency surgery to remove the eggs, which had caused tears in his intestines.
So that means he's going with Shell On, you think, right? Right? I can't imagine.
He has to be a real gifted guy to go shell off.
Shell off and then get it up. I guess you're right. So
no,
he's got to go shell on. I assume to tear up his ass, but
well, I'm saying if he went shell off, that's the kind of thing I'd pay money to see. You know, I mean, even the hardest boiled egg shell, it's not like it's a soft boiled egg. You know, has a little give to it. Even the hardest boiled egg, it still will break up and then get that chalky yolk in your ass. And that'll just make it even more rough to get the next 15 up. Right. So if he went shell off. That means he didn't break the whites on because if the yolk was in
they
there,
must have shell on. Yeah. I'm a big fan of saying like egg on my face, but I'm just gonna say egg up my ass. Fucking fool me once, you know. Yeah.
How many eggs do you think you could fit up your ass?
Because
15. I mean, he boiled a 12 pack. It's not enough.
Oh, you're right. He had
to get a second dozen. This dozen isn't enough. I need 2.
A callback, a Costco size container of fucking eggs. Boom, boom, boom. Just fucking egg of it. All right. So over under. I think I could probably do. Man, I don't. All right. I guess I could do 1.5.
I was going to say under duress. Or for enough money, you know, like at gunpoint or for millions of dollars, I think I can get 3 up there.
I think I'd be real confident, and then the first one goes in, and I'm
that's true.
You know,
that's true. The next 2, I'm biting down on my leather belt and really grinning and bearing it,
Exactly,
But
yeah.
15.
Wow.
Dude, you know who should reach out to him? The cartels. Like, you want to smuggle some drugs
Oh
for
my
us?
God, yeah. 15 eggs is like,
It's like
what that translates.
It's like 1.5 kilos of fucking coke up your ass. Like, he can really make some money on this.
Yeah.
This Dutch guy's not thinking right.
The cargo space in that fucking. Dude.
Could you imagine him going through like one of those backscatter machines doing the dynasty sign? Like, is that a fucking dozen eggs in your ass?
I'm imagining
No, it's 15.
His ass is just like a sandworm from Dune 2, just fucking able to fucking take in a. Oh my God, that's wild.
The best part is it doesn't say why he did it.
Oh, really?
There's no explanation.
We'll never know.
They just said he was under the influence of drugs. I mean,
so
obviously,
funny.
you're not going to shove things up your ass without it. I love this. A restaurant enforces a 2-drink maximum for customers with kids. A restaurant has implemented a new policy limiting parents to a maximum of 2 alcoholic drinks while dining with their children. The decision was made to ensure a family-friendly atmosphere and promote responsible drinking. The management hopes this rule will enhance the dining experience for families and ensure the safety of all patrons and not interrupt the dining experience of others.
Where's this?
This was in, hang on here. Oh, of course, Florida.
I was gonna guess. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I was like, Florida.
Yeah. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese in Florida or something. Like, they had to finally cut it off. Yeah, that's good.
It was a child. It was a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, Dave and Buster's. Yeah, the maximum. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's one of these things. Like, I get you should be able to bring your kids to a restaurant, but when you're at the bar or the bar section of a restaurant, get your fucking kid out of there.
Yeah,
it's inappropriate. Because I've had it, in Boston, and which is such a notorious drinking town. Yeah. They outlawed happy hour because you don't need a discount on drinks.
That trickled into Rhode Island too. There's no a happy hour is such a foreign concept to me. It just doesn't.
It doesn't exist. Because they drink so much, no matter what.
Yeah.
I've had it where I'm at like a bar.
Yeah.
On a Sunday watching the Patriots game. And I'm screaming, oh, fuck, they missed this.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your mouth. My kid's here.
It's
like, get your fucking
out of like
kid
a dark bar
out of an
Sunday.
adult bar.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not at the playground watching this game. I'm not drinking, and smoking weed in the middle of your kid's recess.
Yeah.
Get that fucking kid out of my recess.
There you go.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Be a good parent. Get a sitter.
Yeah.
If you can't afford one, go the fuck home and watch it on your TV.
Do you know that they track like when somebody gets a DUI, they track like where that person was coming from, like almost like a counter for restaurants? No, I just remember reading about this. The #1 bar in Massachusetts that was leading the league in DUIs?
Murphy's Law?
Nah, it was Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill at
really?
at Gillette. At Gillette.
Oh, okay, in all of Massachusetts.
In all of Massachusetts.
I was like in Boston. I was like, oh, it's got to be a Southie bar.
Right.
It's got to be fucking Capo or something. One of those bars on Broadway or L Street.
It's all led by Tom Dustin.
Wherever Tom Dustin is. It's now a Key West bar. Now the drunkest bar in Massachusetts. It's in Key West, Florida. Yeah. Shout out Tom Dustin.
I love Tom. Yeah.
Oh my God. He was like. He was so quintessentially Boston. It's guys like that I miss out here. This fucking
a true road dog,
just regular guys. Just animals. A guy that would be swinging a hammer if he wasn't telling jokes.
Absolutely.
I love that guy.
And comedy is able to afford him just a life of
life of day drinking. Which is really what his true heart.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is another one of my favorite stories. Hackers take control of robot vacuums in multiple cities and make the vacuums yell racist slurs and chase dogs around the house.
That's hilarious. So teenage hackers hacked into fucking...
or Russian bots, or one and the same.
Yeah,
it says hackers took control of robot vacuums like the iRobot Roomba across the U.S., allegedly making them shout racist obscenities in their owners' homes. A lawyer based in Minnesota tells Australia's ABC News that his cleaning robot came into his living room and started shouting the N-word in front of him and his wife and 13-year-old son. He said the voice sounded like a teenager.
See, I'm telling you. Teenagers have taken... That's so funny.
I mean, I can't believe it took this long for that to happen.
For robots to say the N-word, yeah.
I mean, look, all these AI chatbots and shit scrape a lot of their data from the internet.
Oh, yeah.
The internet's full of racist tropes and fucking horrible... I mean, my jokes alone, the fucking robot, would be banned in 20 states.
Yeah.
Like, how did it... Like, why can't I get ChatGPT to sound like the average American? Because it gives you rational answers now.
Oh, absolutely.
How much longer before you pollute it? And
Will it further dilutes to then give you degenerate answers? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask that. Can ChatGPT help with gambling? If you were betting on this weekend's Monday night game, where would you put your money?
I read that like some kid was using ChatGPT for like life advice, or I forget, asking like where they should go to college or something like that, and ChatGPT like a couple days later like followed up with like a question, like checking in on them, which is kind of scary.
Really?
Like because the point is it should just be like answer
prompted,
when prompted. But if it's all like on its own thinking and like now be like checking in on people, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, you know? And people are like, it's going to take a while for them to get to artificial general intelligence where they can replace us. I'm like, I don't think so, because I think, right, I think artificial intelligence is going this way.
Yeah.
And natural intelligence is going fucking this way.
Yeah.
Like we're going to cross way sooner than we think.
Yeah.
Because the speed at which we're getting more and more ignorant every day and every year is accelerating.
Yeah.
So that curve, those two curves are going to cross probably sometime around next week.
I mean, we're like super close to Hulk Hogan being like the Secretary of State, pretty much.
Oh my like God. Yeah, dude.
It's really, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the administration is going to be Hulk Hogan, Elon Musk, fucking
Carmen Electra,
RFK Jr., who, I mean...
I like RFK Jr.
I don't mind him. I hate his voice.
Yeah.
Just give him a non-speaking role.
Tough.
Can he be like, Vice Mime or something?
Yeah. Give him the iRobot voice, the robot vacuum voice.
Yeah. Let ChatGPT talk for fucking RFK Jr.
Yeah. He sounds like ChatGPT.
He sounds like he's jerking off and coming at the same time. It's so fucking weird, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, like the robot thing, I can't wait for the sex robots.
Yeah.
Because then I get to just check out entirely.
Yeah. The technology, I mean, like, what's your price point, you think, for a good sex robot?
Oh, like what would I pay for one?
What would you pay for one? And I'm talking like a quality one that, that passes. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, whatever half of the money I spend on dates a year, right? I mean,
That's true.
I'll just do the expected value. Listen, I went to college. I graduated in economics. I'd look at the expected return on value.
Right, there you go.
And as soon as buying one is cheaper than dating real women, I'm in.
So you do like $8,000 for like a quality. You're doing it, yeah.
Oh yeah, as long as I can change her head. Right, because you don't want to have men like novelty. You don't want to fuck the same. Just like you don't want to fuck your wife every year or every day. You don't want to fuck the same robot every day.
Yeah.
Can I change her head? And it kind of like is it like Fleshlight inserts so it can change the vagina?
You're just sticking one race too, right? Or you're or like would you want multiple races of your sex robot?
I'd go multiple races, but I'd leave the skin the same on the body. I just change the head. I get fucking weird with it. Like I did with my sister's fucking Barbies back in the day when I was a kid. You put the black Barbie on the white head.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. It just looks like Sid's Toys from Toy Story or something.
Exactly. It's more important that you can change the vagina. Like if there's a Fleshlight insert.
It's going to have to eat.
This feels different than the last one.
There was a company that was selling sex robots, but they branded them as conversation bots, which I think is so funny. Like if you were to spend $10K on a robot, and then you open that robot and just ask you how your day was and wants to talk,
The last thing you want from a female robot is conversation. You're buying it to shut the fuck up.
When do the sex robots become self-aware and then just start like complaining about things around the house?
Right? You're not. I don't come when you do it. It's like, bitch. You don't have a real clitoris.
How about I come first this time?
You don't have a clitoris. Fuck off. And women are like, oh, it's so gross. It's like, bitch, you've had sex robots forever. Women have had sex robots since batteries. Right. Since the 70s, the vibrators have been around. So I don't want to hear it. They're just mad men are catching up. That's what it is. Real women don't like men's joy. This is a real enemy. You want women to be happy? Steal joy from men.
Right.
Is
Exactly.
really what I'm going with.
I mean, it will be fascinating when those are readily available. Like, how much does it alter the dating game and men pursuing, and
I mean, look, porn has already fucking chopped that in half. When you could actually fuck a fake woman, it's the birth rate's going to go to zero real quick.
Pretty much. Elon Musk, it's just going to be like nobody's going to leave their house. Like
Elon Musk is leading this AI revolution, but he's not talking about how his push for robotics and AI is going to actually cause more problems for the birth rate, which he says he's worried about.
Right.
Fucking Twitter AI is going to take away fucking the birth rate more than porn or anything else. I mean, if you can fuck a fake chick who doesn't complain, who's not going to be in on that? You know, the sick part about it is you got to wash her out.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the real gating factor. Yeah, when you got to take your giant lifelike woman and put her in the bathroom to clean out all the yiz you pumped into her. Yeah,
and you've also just came, so you just have this clarity.
The shame.
You have this clarity, and you're just dragging this doll like
that's just gonna be disposable, like a Keurig coffee
machine. That's what they need to do, dude. Yeah. They need to have like disposable.
And in the desert, there's just Tesla batteries and used fucking
and used pocket pussies. All in one giant pile.
Jizz all over the place. Yeah, exactly.
Just batteries and jizz covered vaginas.
Pocket pussies. Yeah.
All right, the last one. This one's quick. Dogs lie awake at night thinking about problems just like their owners. Mike, this has got to be said. According to a study published in the Royal Society, our four-legged friends also struggle with sleep due to their problems. 16 dogs who had their good or bad day, or who either had a good or bad day in an experiment, had their brainwaves recorded during their sleep. The good days include being petted and playing fetch, while the bad days include being temporarily separated from their owner or chained to a door. The study revealed that after a 3-hour nap, stressed dogs had worse sleep. Can you imagine this, dude? Fuck, man. I thought we were the only ones that had trouble sleeping. The fact that dogs don't have a good time.
Damn, just have anxiety too.
I know.
There's a lot of sad aspects of owning a dog. Like whenever I don't own a dog, but like if you leave a dog at home, like that dog thinks it's the last time it's ever seen.
Oh, they think you're fucking dead. They don't have a concept of time.
They think you're dead. Yeah. So now we're just like our dogs are just these anxiety-ridden, obsessed with death kind of.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of dogs that are on fucking SSRIs, and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, like if a dog's life is miserable,
I know.
When all they do is lay home and wait for me to pay the bills.
I thought it was
what chance do I have?
Exactly.
Of being happy?
Everybody always says like, oh, a dog's life is great because it just sits there, gets fed, whatever.
I don't know. Go to Asia, man. When they're in fucking wet markets, they're pretty fucking.
The anxiety. of those,
American dogs have it good. Fucking dogs in Asia are really sweating it out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's I don't know.
Do you think your dog lies awake at night thinking about your problems, Mike?
Nope. Not one bit. He thinks about trying to push me out of the middle of the bed.
Yeah. That's the thing. They're like, because I've seen this too. Where they have, and like really smart dogs in this, and apparently one dog can like speak. They put down a bunch of these like little buttons. Where like each button's a word, like treat now, outside, use the bathroom. So like the dog's telling you it has to go.
That's okay.
I wonder if you could like teach it like whole sentences. It's like vote for Donald Trump, you fag. No. Or whatever. What's he like? Like border crisis.
You think so? Would Trump win the dog vote? You think, or Kamala?
No, because Donald Trump didn't have a dog wall. He's the only president not to have a dog wall in office the last 100 years. Yeah, dude. My problems with him are much more mundane. He's never had a drink or a cigarette or a drug. It's weird.
Nobody calls
attention to that. Have you ever seen him laugh at a joke? I haven't.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't.
No, I haven't.
He's not into dogs. It's fucking weird.
It is weird.
Like he doesn't seem like the kind of guy I'd like to have a beer with because he doesn't have a fucking.
He certainly did blow back in the day, right?
Nope. He was stone cold clean because his older brother, who was supposed to be the heir apparent, was an alcoholic and died tragically. Fred Trump.
R.I.P.
Fred Trump. R.I.P. Fred Trump Jr. Yeah, if Fred Trump was alive, we wouldn't have Donald.
That's true. Just alters the course of history.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like he's just so not normal that I can't. I can't fuck with him.
So you think so?
Like I would hang. Like I said, I'd vote George Bush Jr. Man, I kick it with him any day of the week.
Yeah.
He seems Clinton seems like a real fucking good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real pussy on that guy.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like Hillary Clinton. She seemed like a tight.
Would you rather hang out with Clinton or Bush?
Bush.
Yeah.
Bush.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Bush is probably a simpler good time because like Clinton, you're getting invited a lot less the Lolita Express.
Yeah, I mean,
and stuff.
Doing a little blow here, there's no big. But when you get into the sexual harassment, sexual assault universe, like
just trafficking of humans and stuff. And
that's it. Clinton's the kind of guy. He's such a pussy out. Like one of your boys. Like when you guys all go out, that guy's not coming home with you.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas George Bush is giving you key bumps in the bathroom.
Right.
Old fucking Billy is hitting on some pregnant lady and trying to leave the bar.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's up to.
Bush ends the night. You guys are on the couch. You guys are like their beer's still around.
We're at Taco Bell drive-through fucking around.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton's in some broad's bed, and you don't see him till Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
That's where it goes.
Yeah.
Dude, this is fun. Glad I could
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Where can people find you?
At the real Ben Smith on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Wow, you got a good one.
I know.
Ben Smith's hard to come by.
The only one, man. Ben Smith. Yeah.
The only Ben Smith without multiple numbers behind his name.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks for having me, dude.
Of course, dude. Thanks for doing this. Obviously, you can follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow. Rate, review, subscribe. All the shit I should do up front that I never do. Love you guys. Peace.